Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I've now been sitting in this exact chair for a month straight. I am exhausted. I want to just sleep in my bed. Please let me escape this hell dimension. I forgot. I actually have to deliver yet another talk about another movie. And, why did I plan this? Why did I do this to myself? Welcome back to yet another installment of Movie Club's second annual Summer Movie Series 2021 edition. And we've got quite an installment cooked up for you this time because we've got a long boy for you. Yes, this film is going to run long, much like A Hidden Life, but, very different tonally and an entirely different, medium. This film might actually stretch the boundaries for what, is considered a movie/cinema, and we might be cheating again. But we've done television shows before, so I'm honestly not that bothered. You know the drill by this point. 5 minutes on the clock. I only have those minutes to tell you about this movie, and then we're done and we move on to the screening. I hope you've been enjoying our screening so far, but we've got another one to introduce right now. So without further ado, let's get started. And here we go. This week our pick comes from club member Chloe Wilks, who's been one of my friends for a very long time. I actually knew her when this film came back out in 2009, and to say it's a film might be stretching that term to its breaking points, because we're talking about the 2009 thing from Team Starkid's YouTube page, the unofficial, unauthorized A Harry Potter musical. I remember when this came out, and it feels like it came out yesterday. It feels like something that I really latched on at that time in my life because I was super into Potter Puppet Pals and pretty much anything related to Harry Potter. I was going to midnight book premieres for Harry Potter, so I was like in deep, man. A Harry Potter musical scratches a very different itch. It does a lot of really great references. It parodies, but also lovingly alludes to a lot of really deep lore about that book series and film series, and translates it to one of my favorite mediums in the world, musical theater. Yes, this looks like it was recorded on a potato. Yes, it's in 480p. I'm sorry, but I have included a free playbill. I'm not going to correct that, it's staying in the video. A playbill with all the lyrics to all of the songs in this thing, because this bad boy has a lot of songs, some really great, a lot of them very, very good. But the humor in this thing has not aged a day. It is so memey, so entrenched in that sarcasm that I think was so appealing to me reading Harry Potter growing up. Due to Harry and Bart Simpson, I think I annoy a lot of my friends and my family with how sarcastic I am. But to them I would just say, eat my shorts. But I think the way that this film goes about representing all of these characters is very, very funny, but also, sort of in many ways, at least fans would agree, more true to the book's version of those characters than the actual movies were.
Now let's leave these big baby childish jerks alone.
Did someone say Draco Malfoy? Albus Dumbledore!
We got a lot of really cool songs that are very, very funny and very, very tongue-in-cheek, including in the opening number where they sing,
I'll see my friends gonna laugh and cry. Take my 5-year-old, gonna take the sky. No way this year anyone's gonna die, and it's gonna be totally awesome.
What a just fantastic line to start this off. And I'm not quite sure, going back and having rewatched this very recently, I'm not quite sure what events were supposed to have happened before this, because this is kind of an amalgamation of 3 books in one, and there's a lot going on here. There's a lot of characters. It constantly makes fun of itself and how limited, the props and the sets are, and how few people are actually on stage. But these kids are actually ridiculously talented, and some have actually gone on to pretty much worldwide acclaim. Darren Criss is a fantastic musician who plays Harry Potter here. And, you know, he's been in a couple things since then, like HBO and FX series, American Horror. It's been a couple things. He's kind of a big deal.
He also is for real in American Horror Story. I apologize, this guy is a complete idiot. But, yeah, back to the show. Love having to do corrections like this.
And I think he's only going to explode more in the future, but this show started to prove just how talented he was. He's truly a multifaceted artist, and the fact that he wrote a fair portion of the songs both in this and the 2 sequels that came out after this proves just how ridiculously talented he is. The one thing I was worried about when I realized that this thing came out back in 2009 is that some of the humor would be dated and maybe extremely offensive. While the humor is indeed a bit edgy at times.
What are you talking about? Yeah, someone's coming. Someone's coming. What?
Konnichiwa, Cho-Chang. It is good to meet you. I am Ginny Weasley. Bitch, I ain't Cho-Chang.
That's Lavender Brown. Racist, sister. Racist. That's
It's all right. I'm Cho-Chang, y'all.
I found myself kind of impressed with the angle and the direction they went. And, you know, it truly, I think, whether you love musical theater or just parodies in general, I think this will scratch an itch. But also, if you're a really big fan of the franchise Harry Potter, I think you're really going to love it. And, you know, in many ways, it's nice to see this from an angle that, you know, is less problematic in recent years. And, you know, a fun little musical that a bunch of fans of these books and these movies made, just driven by their pure passion, clearly comes through here. And a Harry Potter musical is not only a very, very internet thing, it's a very, very beautiful thing. So that just about wraps up for this week. I hope you enjoyed tonight's screening. It's a bit of a long one, but I think you'll enjoy it. Like I said in the intro, it's not really a movie, but I think you're gonna love it regardless. Yes, this is a long thing, but it's totally worth it. So if you're a musical theater nerd like I am, or if you watched Hamilton already, stop complaining. You already watched something long, my dude. Just check in. It'll be a lot of fun. It's on YouTube, so it's super accessible. But I hope you enjoyed this week's screening of a Harry Potter musical. And that just about wraps it up for us this week here at Movie Club's 2nd Annual Summer Movie Series 2021 edition. I've been your host and curator around these parts, Patrick Smith, and I hope to see you all tomorrow.
And I'm glad I'm back.